Any questions for Coach? Jen?
Hey, Coach. Just to start off, what should we expect as far as starters today?
Same group as the other day.
Is Maisha on any sort of minutes limit?
Nope.
Great. And then one more quick question for you. I know you guys just played Phoenix and Brittany Griner last week. Does that prepare you in any way for the size that you're going to get with Indiana, or does Indiana's front court give you different challenges?
Little different. I mean, I think Griner's a little more mobile at both ends, but these guys are huge. I'm standing out there watching them warm up a couple minutes ago, and I'm looking at, you know, McCowan at 6'7" or whatever she is, and Lauren Cox is going to play today, and she's 6'5" or 6'6", and then you had Hatar out there who's 6'10". It was amazing to see all that size. We're going to have to, you know, make them pay at the other end by running them, make them have to move their feet and guard us on the run. That's the way you combat it, but they're huge.
Thank you.
Kareem.
Hey, Mike, I just had a kind of a quickie about Maisha. I was just curious, you know, she didn't get to practice, correct? She hasn't gone through a practice, right?
Correct.
So I was just curious, you know, how do you kind of integrate her, or is it because you guys just know her so well and she's been, you know, it's not like she's just been sitting around, she's been playing. Is it easy kind of just to plug her in and just roll?
Well, I think part of it is that she's had the ability to watch all of our practices and games on camera, you know, to watch it live. That helps. Our coaches have communicated with her over the past week. When she got to the hotel yesterday, Latoya sat down with her and kind of went through the film for today and all of the plays. And, you know, a lot of it's stuff that she's run before. It's just kind of refreshing herself a little bit on it. You know, she's had a basketball and an opportunity to go work out the last few days by herself. So, you know, we'll see what her conditioning is with a week off. But I mean, I think probably the week off in some ways, you know, helped her get her, you know, energy back. I mean, she had a grueling end to her season in France. So I think she'll fit right in. I don't know how much I'll play her today, but she'll definitely going to play, and she'll play, you know, early in the game off the bench and just kind of see how it goes.
And that's what I was going to ask. Is that kind of part of it, as far as like bringing her off the bench, a little bit conditioning, a little bit just kind of working her back in slowly?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even have a feel for how slow that will be. I mean, you know, we have the minutes for 4 posts right now, and obviously, you know, the other night, all 3 of our posts played pretty well. So we'll just try to figure it out as we go. You know, that's what the early part of the season's for. We've got, you know, these 3 games on the road to kind of work out some kinks, and then we have about a week of practice time when we get home. So there's, you know, probably the next 2 weeks we can get a lot accomplished.
And just one last thing from me, you know, first game on the road is, you know, you guys spent the entire year in the bubble. It's been a long time since you guys had a regular road game. I'm just curious, you know, was there any conversation with the team about that, or is that just?
No, I mean, we already did one in the preseason going to Minnesota. So that kind of worked out the logistics kinks about testing, and, you know, it was a similar situation. We played a day game. You know, in some ways you kind of look forward to a road trip early in the season for more than a day or two, because you can get some team, you know, communication done. All of our team will be fully vaccinated at some point this week, so they can, you know, do a little bit more, you know, going out to eat and doing that kind of stuff together, you know, that we weren't able to do before too.
Cool. Quick and easy. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Doug.
Hey, Mike, just to pick up on that, how different is road trips now with the protocols for you guys than, say, 2019?
I mean, you know, you have to allot more time for everything. You know, when we left on the trip, we had a 10 a.m. flight, but we had to do testing between 7 and 7:45 that morning before we even left for the airport. So that's, you know, the first step. You know, obviously airports and masking and all of that is different. This morning, you know, you're playing a day game. We had testing this morning before our team meeting. You just have to keep adding that. We have, until we're fully vaccinated, we have 2 buses for everywhere we go. So logistically, you've got things you're doing. So there's just a lot of, of the little stuff you just got to get used to. You go in a hotel, some hotels, like the one we're staying in has no room service, so you have to order out. We had a team breakfast, which is, nice to have, but it's all the little stuff that adds time to your day and being prepared.
And the second one is just Indiana's got off to a rough start. I know obviously Marianne's a friend of yours. Have you talked to her at all, just like with what's going on for them and getting that rough start so far?
No, we talked last weekend after their first game maybe, but I haven't talked since, knowing that we were going to play them twice. And just, we'll talk probably after the game today, but we got to worry about ourselves and they got to worry about themselves. And so we haven't really, talked much about that right now.
Thanks, Mike.
You bet.
Donnie.
Donnie Woods here from World Exposure Report. Mike, congratulations on the win the other night. Last season, you guys scored 101 points against the Fever. Did you watch any of that film from last year? And what are some things that you're going to try to implement in today's game?
Well, we didn't. I've watched a few clips of it. I mean, the teams are a little bit different. Our team is so different from where we were a year ago. I mean, the lineup is different. I think that, we know their philosophy, what they want to do. We've had 4 games to watch them in this season, which is probably more relevant than last year. And, we looked at some clips from last year and we looked at clips from the game we lost too, but I didn't dwell on that. I know, how Marianne coaches and she knows how I coach. It's more now of execution. Personnel's a little bit different. So that's more of a factor. I know I've missed one part of your question there. I think you had something else, but I don't remember what it was.
Anything in particular that you're going to try to implement during the game? Any type of sets that were effective?
Well, if I was, I wouldn't tell you guys.
Any final questions for Coach? I think that's it, Coach. Thank you.
Thanks.